little skeletons, it is Disney Queen Skelly here. I am probably gonna cry talking about this one. This is the last of the parts of my favorite episodes, and this one is for The Simpsons, Season 6, Episode 13, and Maggie Makes 3. I could also say that Lisa Sachs, Lisa's first words are also both incredible episodes, but And Maggie Makes 3 always really touched me in a different way because of the reality of it. So obviously, all 3 kids were not planned, but all very wanted and welcomed. Bart was definitely a surprise, so was Lisa. But after Lisa, it seemed, and this is where I'm actually going to start explaining the episode, so spoilers if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend watching And Maggie Makes 3 before you watch this. I really should have said that at the start of each of the other ones. But please go watch And Maggie Makes 3 before you watch this one, before you watch this whole thing. How it starts out is the kids are sitting on the couch watching Homer and Marge flip through old family albums, and Lisa asks, "Where are the photos of Maggie?" In which the whole story kicks off. So it's explained that I believe Homer and Marge were living in a different house other than the pink one, I want to say. It's been a very long time since I've seen the episode, but again, correct me if I'm wrong. But actually, no. I think they bought the house when Lisa was born because they needed more room. Let's assume this is the episode where they buy the pink house. So it's, oh no, they have had the pink house. Okay. Homer was working at the plant because he was in such debt. And then after one paycheck, he was like, "Yay, no more debt. I'm solid." He quit working at the plant and he went to go pursue his career working at a bowling alley. Marge kind of dropped a bombshell. She's pregnant with baby number 3. So obviously this takes a huge toll on the family because they were not expecting Maggie to come around. So after Maggie gets announced, Homer has to go groveling back to Mr. Burns and asking for his job back at the plant because a bowling salary wasn't going to cover 3 kids, a wife and husband, and a mortgage, and all that good stuff. Oh, I say good stuff, and all that stuff. So in order to do that, Burns said that Homer would have to be humiliated in the worst way possible, which he hung up a poster that says, "Remember, you're here forever." And instead of having that, so the pictures of Maggie that Homer, I think it said, "Don't forget, you're here forever," something like that. Yeah, it said, "Don't forget, you're here forever." After a while, Homer starts collecting the pictures of Maggie, and he says, "I keep them where I need them most." And this is where I'm gonna choke up because I always choke up when I talk about this. But in his office, he's covered the poster that Burns put up, and instead of it saying "Don't forget you're here forever," it says "Do it for her." The reason why he's at the plant is because of Maggie, and he obviously loves Maggie so much, and he wants his little girl to grow up and have a very amazing life. So he took that miserable job and he's doing it for Maggie. As someone who really wants children and who's always wanted children, I always admired the fact that people who keep their shitty jobs because of their kids is something that I consider kind of incredible. Because they always say, if you love your job, it's never a job. But some people don't get that opportunity to do what they love. In order to support themselves, they have to work that shitty 9-to-5 office job where they're making enough to support a family, but obviously they are not happy in what they do. And Homer is never happy working at the plant. He hates it there. I mean, obviously he loves the food, like the donuts and all that, and he loves Lenny and Carl, but he would prefer to obviously have a bowling career because that's what he loves the most. But because Maggie came around, he needed to think about her before himself. And you can clearly see that in any episode that involves Homer and Maggie together, that he will put anything aside for her. Not to say that he wouldn't do that for Bart and Lisa, because in Lisa's sax, they gave up their air conditioning for Lisa to have a saxophone twice. And with Bart, he's Bart. Let's just leave it at that. But the reason why this is my favorite episode of The Simpsons is because how real it is. Like I said, parents will work their shitty jobs because they love their kids so much and they want to be able to provide for their kids a life that maybe they never had. And it's always so heartbreaking to know that parents do that. They can't work the career that they want, because it's maybe just what's the word I'm looking for? It's not practical. So they have to work somewhere where they will make an amazing wage, but it's probably going to be one of the worst jobs they ever have, unless you're owning your own business. So I kind of take that as that's what I want to be for my kids. I don't care what career I work at that point, so long as my children are well fed, have a roof over their head, and are happy. That's what I want. And if that means having a really shitty career that pays well, then I'll do it, so long as my children are happy and I can give them anything they need, anything they want, obviously within reason. They're not going to be entirely spoiled by their mother, but they need to be taken care of. And I take that as inspiration for what I want for me and my kids and my husband. So if you haven't seen And Maggie Makes 3, I highly recommend it. It always brings a tear to my eye. If you watch it, I really hope it hits you the same way, or if you have watched it and it's also hit you in the same way that it hits me, let me know in the comment section down below. I really don't cry at adult cartoons. The Simpsons and Futurama are really the only two I've ever cried at. The one for Futurama being the one with Seymour, Fry's dog. We won't go into that, or else I'm really gonna start sobbing. But I highly recommend watching And Maggie Makes 3, along with any of the other episodes that I have mentioned in the past few days. So thank you all so much for watching. If you have seen And Maggie Makes 3, let me know your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. Once again, please be kind to one another, as your opinions will differ. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, little skeletons. Please stay safe. I love you guys.